This one is from the perspective of the wife. She is struggling to find ways to connect romantically and sexually and to have that desire for her spouse, even though he's stopped using porn, which had impacted their marriage. So she says, my husband has finally been able to quit using pornography. He's now totally in love with me and so much more engaged and excited about sex. The changes seem real to me, and I think he has a great chance of staying porn free. But I just don't have any romantic or sexual feelings for him anymore. I mostly just feel hurt because of his past. We're friends, and that's as close as I feel to him. What should I do to overcome this so I can be as in love with him as he is with me?
I first want to congratulate the husband for overcoming, pornography. That's fantastic. But I'm curious as to what they did in their relationship to make this happen. And this is just, I don't have information on this. So this is just based on maybe a gut feel. Maybe I'm reading between the lines. But what I see a lot of couples do when one person's using pornography, the other person goes into more of a control kind of a relationship where, for example, in this case, the wife might turn herself into his accountability buddy. It's like, "Did you choose me today? I'm gonna check your phone every other day." So they kinda set up this ritual where she becomes like the police or the cop, or in this case, the parent in the marriage. Instead of being lovers and equals, she's kind of taken on more of a parent role, and he's taking more of a child role. And biologically, humans are programmed not to want to make love to children, right? We don't find that erotic. We wanna make love to a man or to a woman, or someone at least that we're equal with, not someone that depends on us like a dependent like that. So, perhaps the relationship kinda morphed through the pornography struggle in where it was no longer a partnership as much a romantic partnership anymore. It turned more into a functional marriage where one's trying to gain an upper hand over the other to control something that they didn't like in the marriage.
Yeah, and thinking about that and that control, I feel like in situations that I've seen, it's usually because of maybe a lack of trust there. So you feel like because of that lack of trust, you have to check in, you have to kind of step into more control because you don't necessarily trust if your spouse can do it without you. And it's hard to build trust with each other after something challenging like this comes up. And that could maybe lead to some of the feelings she's having of not quite sure how to build that sexual intimacy and desire again. But I think maybe focusing on the trust first would then help to set the foundation for rebuilding that desire sexually.
In addition to trust, there's this, the ghost of his past still lingers in the bedroom. She says, "I mostly feel hurt because of his past." And that may take some time to heal and just acknowledge that and just give yourself a little grace through this process. And there might still be some unaddressed trauma that she will need to deal with regards to his pornography use and the hurt she felt, and to really take that head on and use sexuality in their marriage as a tool. Good sex is good for your brain. Good sex heals traumas. Good sex helps you in so many ways, and they're not all just physical reasons. They're spiritual and emotional reasons why good sex is good too. So, part of it could be learning how to start your marriage over. As Esther Perel says, and I love this quote, most adults will have 2 or 3 marriages in their lifetime, and the lucky ones have that marriage with the same person. In other words, you can start a new marriage with the same person and see if you can approach this from fresh eyes. Let's start over here and build something great.
Yeah. And I love that you brought up grace in this instance too, because I think maybe this wife is putting pressure on herself to be healed at the same rate that the pornography stopped at. Healing from what she went through doesn't happen at any specific pace. It can take time. And that's why I like that you said, like, they get to make a new marriage. They can help her heal at her pace while creating that new marriage for them and step into that. And I love the quote you shared. That's just wonderful. And I think that could be a beautiful thing that applies here.
Great. If you have a question, you can go to getyourmarriageon.com, click on resources and anonymous question. That comes to me, and we will do our very best to address those in upcoming podcast episodes, email newsletters, on our Instagram or Facebook groups, wherever you can find us. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, or even comment below.
and go see what other wonderful videos we have that will help you strengthen your marriage intimately.